Hello everyone. I just took this out from the archives really. So this is what my teeth look like now in the future. Perfect, isn't it? Right. So this is how my teeth turned out to be after very diligently wearing all my aligners and stuff. But the journey was quite tumultuous because let me just show you snippets. I think that would exemplify this ordeal in the best possible way. So tune in and enjoy. Hi everyone. So guess what? I just got my first set of ClearPath aligners, and this is supposed to be 0 mirror. So like this is basically an impression of my teeth as is right now. But anyway, I'm supposed to be wearing this just to get the feel and the overall vibe of ClearPath aligners. I'm definitely going to have to practice to make this perfect. So the S's are definitely problematic. But anyway, I think it should be okay. So initially, when I had put them on yesterday around evening time, it was pretty annoying because I was not getting into a habit of them. And then I kept on, taking them off, putting them back on. And also Invisalign diet is the real thing. Like you wouldn't want to be eating too much food because of the whole, having to brush right after. Because who does that, right? Who brushes after every single meal? So anyway, I need to get into the habit of that. So anyway, long story short, in the morning today, I feel like the numbness did kick in and it became better. So I'm just going to be working on my lisps. And then I went to, where did I go after that? Then I went to the dentist and I basically got my ClearPath orthodontics tray 1. So the real journey begins today. Today I'm just going to go brush my teeth right now first, and then we're gonna put these bad boys on and let's see if people say that it feels a little different when you put your first tray on. Let's see if that is indeed the case. Okay, so some dental confessions here. बोला तो हो गया था कि भाई मैं दिन में 22 घंटे I'm going to be wearing these ClearPath aligners on, लेकिन obviously that didn't happen with tray 0 because I was like, why should I have something so uncomfortable in my mouth all the damn time? And also I had sworn that I'm going to be brushing my teeth after every meal, but who does that? Come on, let's be honest. Who the F does that? If I can brush my teeth once in a day, that would be an achievement for me. But now I guess I'll have to be more, what do you say, थोड़ा ज़्यादा मुझे responsible बनना पड़ेगा dentally, because dental health is also important, people. I'm a little scared, but oh my gosh, this is scary. I can't even decipher as to which one's the upper one, which is the lower one. Wow, I can actually feel the pressure difference. Really scared about the top one. Yo yo, so this is the morning after my tray one. The morning after lol. Yeah, so this is the morning after my tray one. And I just feel like at the time when I was putting when I was putting my tray in, I was super stressed out, so I didn't probably vlog that confidently. But so my tip is for anyone who's getting these Invisaligners, especially when you get a new tray, always transition just before you're about to sleep. Like have your full meal because you're so comfortable with your last tray and your teeth at that point that you can confidently munch into whatever you want. And then once you brush your teeth, just before going to bed, that's what I did yesterday. I had dinner and then I brushed my teeth, and then just before going to bed, I plucked in the new aligners because then after that you're just going to sleep, right? So that numbing process, I can't even speak. The numbing process is going to basically allow you to sleep, and it'll take, like, when you wake up your mouth will kind of be adjusted to the new tray. So yo yo, what up? Okay, so it's like the first week of Feb has passed. My corona is over, so I've literally plugged in my tray one again as intended. It has taken me a long while because I got COVID in the initial days, so I wasn't wearing it. Just for the fact that, when you have strepsils in your mouth, you're not very fond of, putting lozenges in your mouth and then also be wearing these trays. So anyway, long story short, I wasn't wearing them because they were, you have this weird taste in your mouth when you're sick, and also you have a sore throat, so the last thing you want is the accumulation of saliva. So anyway, long story short, COVID got over. I told my dentist that, okay, now I'm resuming my tray one. So anyway, she said, just make sure that you wear them for 10 days and then meet me after those 10 days are over. I went for tray two on Monday and today is Saturday. So this was supposed to be my second tray. It's been a while because obviously I got corona in the middle and all that stuff, all the shenanigans. But I'm noticing a difference. I don't know, maybe if I compile all these videos I'll be able to see, or maybe you'll be able to tell that there's a significant or drastic or minuscule, not sure, difference. Let's see. Hi everyone. Okay, so I'm kind of in a dilemma right now because I'm on day 8 of tray 2. And I was coming back from work and I fucking left my aligners at work. And I'm just like, I can't possibly F up my progress. So I messaged my dentist and I said, is it okay if I can get, like, if I can get to put my next trays on? She said, ideally it should take 10 days, but do it at your own risk. So I hope my teeth don't break and crack. Fingers crossed. I'm really scared. I shouldn't be doing this. It's not recommended. But it's one of those things. When you read about it, you're the kind of person who's like, oh, I'll never leave my aligners alone in a napkin. I'll never leave my aligners away from me, apart from me, blah, blah, blah. But shit happens. So anyway, I read one Reddit feedback where someone said, I've left my aligners at a restaurant. Is it okay if I can wear the future ones? And somebody said, maybe for this time you can, but generally that's not a good practice. So I'm going to indulge in a bad practice and hopefully my teeth don't break. So, okay. So let's do that. So the lower trays I'm not worried about at all, but the upper one is kind of 1 millimeter not in. Oh my god. I'm just gonna let it numb a bit and then see what happens. So don't make mistakes, guys. Just a quick update. So just because I want to make this as realistic as possible about, aligners and how should you go about it, what are the do's and what are the don'ts. So another don't is, remember how my previous tray, I simply lost it at work. Like, I didn't put it back in my case and I was like, I kept it in a tissue paper And I was like, okay, it'll be fine, whatever. And then it just disappeared. I still can't find it. So after that, I told myself I'm always going to put it in the case. I'll always put it in the case. And then it just so happened that I had to go into a meeting, and I was like, okay, I can't wear these teeth right now, these aligners. So I took them off and I put them in a tissue paper. But this time I kept it in my work drawer. And then obviously when it was time to go home, I simply packed my bag and I left. I forgot to open my door and, you know, take it back. And the thing is, I took it off when I was going for lunch. So yeah. So always, just a handy tip, if you're going to work regularly, try to maintain a habit of putting your aligners back into the tray, I mean into the kit or whatever you have, and make sure that that kit is near your bag at the time that you're leaving so that it crosses your eye. Never keep it in a drawer, because like me, you might forget it. Okay, so it just so happens that I am intending to go to Nairobi, Kenya for around 18 days. तो मैंने dentist को बोला, I basically spoke to my dentist and I said, is it possible for me to get tray 5, 6 and 7? Because I will not be able to visit you. And she said, sure. So I got my next tray. So I was jumping from tray, actually it was tray 4, 5, 6. Yeah, let me correct that. Tray 4, 5 and 6. Hi everyone. Okay, so this is a long update due. I'm just gonna say the obvious, that initially obviously I was finding it difficult to wear my aligners. I was like, how is this going to adjust to my mouth? Why did I make this decision? I was really contemplating, and I was actually kind of mad at myself, because I was like, why would you pay money for torture? Like, it doesn't make sense, right? But it's growing on me, and it's actually not that bad. Now I don't even notice it. I don't even salivate that much. Look how perfectly it's come on. So in fact, it's been 3 months into the journey. And yes, I obviously prefer to take it off when I'm having official meetings, because I don't want to sound like this. But it is improving, and so this is my tray 6, and my dentist has given me tray 7, 8, 9. Okay. Tray number 7. Look. Wow. There's definitely some pressure. Definitely. I can feel it. I can feel it in my lower, like over here, and a bit over here. So yeah. Hello family of aligner world, whatever I want to call this video. So as you can see, I'm pretty much accustomed to my aligners now. I remember at the start I was like, how am I gonna do this? This is a bad decision, blah blah blah. But trust me, you will get used to it with time. You'll get like, I don't even notice it anymore. Hi everyone, how is it going? Okay, I know I've not been very consistent with my updating you guys on my aligner journey, but guess where I am again? I'm in Nairobi, Kenya for the second time, and today is April 29th. Yeah, so I came to do a 1-week training, so it was pretty good, pretty successful. I'm staying at Concord Hotel, but enough about that. This is the current situation of my teeth. I don't know if you can tell, but I've not been very consistent, because obviously I had to give trainings. They were full day long. I couldn't have with the added nervousness or whatever, I couldn't possibly speak like this with my aligners in my mouth, right? Like that, right? So I was being very inconsistent with it. Also, I spoke to my dentist and I told her that, I'm changing trays every 4 to 5 days. And she's like, nah, no, don't do that. She's saying basically it'll not be good, the formation won't be proper, and then she said at the end of the day, when your teeth alignment is not okay, then who do you have to blame but yourself? And I was like, okay, dentist knows best, I guess, in this case. And yeah, so that was the story about the teeth. I'm on my tray 12, I think, and when I go back, I'm gonna get more trays and continue this process of teeth alignment. But for now, that's about it. See you in Karachi. Hi everyone. Okay, so I'm back from Nairobi yet again, and just a quick update I wanted to give. I'm currently on tray 13, and I have my next two trays as well with me, which are tray 14 and 15. So I just thought this would be a good time. Actually, I can speak better without my aligner, so okay. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to basically go through the instructions on the sheet, on the packet that they give you. Basically, this is what it says. It says the ClearPath system is indicated for the treatment of tooth malocclusion in patients with permanent dentition. That is all second molars erupted. Okay, I'm not going to read the technicalities, but I'm just going to go into the contraindications. Obviously, you cannot wear aligners if you're allergic to plastic because it's made of plastic, so that's pretty obvious. And directions. Now, some of them are something that I did not really adhere to initially, but after reading this, I'll definitely adhere to them now. So it says place the aligners on top of your teeth and snap them on, applying balanced pressure on both sides of the aligner. Okay. Aligners fit tightly and you may feel pressure on your teeth, which is normal and is required to move the teeth. Obviously, when you put them on, you will feel a bit of a push and tightness around your teeth, but it'll gradually fade away as your teeth transition to their new position. After insertion of aligner, you may notice a slight lisp which will go away in a few days as your tongue adjusts to having aligners in your mouth. Now, I remember one of my colleagues at work also got aligners, and every time she would say something, I would laugh because literally the S's are really difficult to pronounce once you have the aligners on. It really amplifies your lisp if you already have one, like I do. So yeah. Anyway, moving on. Aligners should be worn day and night for at least 22 hours a day, except while eating, brushing, and flossing. I mean, goes without saying, you cannot floss when you have your aligners on. But yeah, 22 hours is the standard, which essentially means that you only take it out to eat, drink, brush your teeth. Otherwise, it needs to be on constantly. Now, I did see some videos where people do extend the rule to 20 hours. Some even bring it down to 18 hours. For me, it's more of a matter of, I think you have to tailor your regime yourself, because obviously I had to give some trainings in the middle. I had to attend some seminars, long sessions, and I couldn't do that with aligners in my mouth because I can't speak or conduct a session like that. I mean, I could, initially I did, but I just realized that it was just too taxing and I was more conscious of me with my aligners on. So I would take them out for like big meetings and then I would pluck them on and maybe keep them on longer than intended. I think that should suffice. Obviously, the recommended practice, I think the dentist company is just trying to say this so that they don't get, you don't go and blame them at the end that why aren't my teeth aligning properly. But yeah, that is the golden standard, if you will. Alright, so the next point is avoid chewing gums and hot liquids while wearing aligners. Obviously, I think chewing gums while wearing aligners is messed up because I can't even imagine what fun there would be of chewing gum while having your aligners on. And hot liquids, obviously, because that might potentially damage your aligners. So, I mean, I personally only drink water when I have my aligners on. I don't even drink coffee, tea, anything of that sort, because I just don't want to mess up my aligners. They're just messed up. And eating, obviously not. It just feels weird if you eat or bite anything, because imagine it's essentially two plastic pieces breaking the food pieces in your mouth. It feels very mechanical, artificial, and not fun. Try it yourself if you want, and also if you bite something and let's say it's very hard, then your aligners might get damaged yet again. So avoid it basically. Okay, then it says you may feel dry mouth at the start of the treatment. Drink plenty of water. Obviously, initially your mouth isn't used to all this mumbo jumbo, so initial days are the worst. I remember the first day that I put my aligners on, I was in excruciating pain because I was like, what is this? What have I signed up for? I can't do this. I can't, but you'll get used to it, and it does get better. So yeah. Okay, then it says wear each aligner for 10 days or as instructed by your doctor. Now, this is something which I mostly debate on because 10 days for per aligner is just too damn much for me. In my previous video, as you must have seen, I was bringing it down to 4 days even, but obviously that's not recommended. But tailor it accordingly. I think personally a week tops is the best one to go with. 10 days per aligners, so I just do the math. If I have 25 trays and I'm spending 10 days per tray, that's 250 days. That's almost like what, 2/3 of a year. I'm not willing to do that kind of a commitment for my teeth alignment personally. But yeah, so anyway, 10 days is just too much for me, but it does say as instructed by your doctor, so I mean, see whatever works for you. And obviously the new tray won't accept you if your teeth aren't aligned as per your intended plan, so don't worry about that. Anyway, always bring your previous aligner to your next appointment. Now obviously I know some people, they get all their aligners in a briefcase right at the start of the treatment. Some people do visit their orthodontist at the middle of every subsequent aligner change. I go when my dentist calls me, and otherwise I just get them picked up. I get 3 picked up at a time, just so that there's some sort of a compliance and a reason to visit and be a little compliant with my treatment. So yeah. Okay, now this was an interesting one. It says clean aligners every day using toothbrush and normal tap water. Cleaning tablets can also be used to clean aligners. Do not use hot water. Avoid using toothpaste and mouthwash to clean aligners. Now the first 10 trays I was doing this. I was basically taking a little mug and I would put mouthwash in it. And some days where, I used to actually take my toothbrush. I used to be brushing my teeth, and then the froth on the toothbrush I used to brush my aligners with. So clearly this is recommending against it. So I guess I won't do that anymore. I'm just gonna kind of just, pass it through normal tap water, and I hope that is good enough and that suffices for this. And then it says when not in use, always store aligners in an aligner box provided by ClearPath Orthodontics. And in case of loss, damage, or breakage of your aligners, please report to your treating doctor immediately. So those are basically the rules. Obviously, at the start of the treatment, we are all very optimistic, and we think that, we're going to be taking utmost care of our belongings, and we are not the kind of person who are going to forget, lose, or whatever. But let's be honest, you are human, and you will go to restaurants, you will go to parties, you will have to take your aligners off, and when you do, you might keep them on the table wrapped in a napkin. That napkin might go away, might get thrown away. You might not keep the aligners always in the box, and so on and so forth. A million ways that you can lose your aligners. You're only human. I know I struggled with that personally, but then you just have to get into the habit of being cognizant of where you're keeping them. For example, how we all have this tendency in today's day and age that we can't go, like, we know if our phone is missing or if it's not around us or near us or in our pockets or whatever. Similarly, you need to keep track of your aligners in a similar way. So anyway, that's basically my 2 pence on this. I'm on tray 13, 12 more trays to go. So yeah, literally at the midpoint of my journey. And this is what my teeth currently look like. I'm pretty happy. As you can see, even the overbites kind of decreased, and so yeah, that's all I have to say for today. Hello everybody. Okay, so this is going to be a quick one. It is 13 June, and I know I want you to be like a proper updater and motivational speaker for this dental journey of mine, but unfortunately, alas, it had to happen. So I messaged my dentist saying that I want my tray 18, 19 and 20 because I wanted to move to the next 3 trays. Mind you, I'm on a regime of 25 trays in total. So anyway, the dentist told me to come and pick up 18, 19 and 20. So I wore tray 18 one day, one night, and then one day, one night, 2 days, and then the third day I went to work. Now at work, I obviously take off my aligners during big meetings because I don't want to be talking like this. So I took them off and I put them in my. There's like a jar, a pencil holder. So I put it there, wrapped it in tissue paper, and I put it there. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna have lunch, and then I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna wear this. Long story short, I went to the gym after that, and I couldn't find it. And the next day, like, I came home and I was like, oh, you know what? I must have left it at work. The next day I went to work and I still couldn't find it. So it wasn't at home and it wasn't there. So clearly it must have been thrown away or something of the nature. So point is, I only spent 2 days on my tray 18. And I was like, shit, what the fuck? So obviously now I had one of two decisions to make. Either to tell my dentist that my tray 18 is missing and I can't like proceed, so I'll have to order another one. But I knew that's gonna take a couple of days and it was a route which was gonna be frowned upon. So I decided, not the best case scenario, and I wouldn't approve this, wouldn't recommend it. But I jumped onto tray 19 without completing my 10 days for tray 18. So I literally took tray 19 and I jammed it up, and obviously it was not easy, but I just did it. And then I was like, okay, now tray 19 I'm looking after very carefully because I don't want to mess this up yet again. And yeah, so point is, you will end up losing your trays if you're not careful. And I feel really bad because just don't do it. You know, you're paying so much money for this whole procedure, so might as well follow it diligently. Don't learn from me, do your own thing. But yeah, I keep telling myself, you know what, I'm going to be careful this time, I'm going to be careful this time, I'm going to carry it with me every day, like along with me, just like my phone. It's always at an arm's length from me, day in and night. So similarly, you need to give the same respect to your aligners, because otherwise you're just going to mess up your entire regime. Alright, so this one is going to be just a quick kind of an update. Right, so now coming back to the future, and also kind of concluding this video, which was quite a year-long effort or more. So as you can tell by my instances that the journey is rather, not smooth. It's quite rough. It has its peaks and troughs. But that being said, you tailor your regimen according to how you are, what suits you, how's your schedule. We're all humans at the end of the day, like I said in one of my rants. So tailor your treatment accordingly. Do visit your orthodontist regularly, and just generally be a little vigilant, and do try to make your investment worth it, because it is an expensive procedure that you're getting. The whole aligner business takes a lot of time, and surely you want to crack that perfect smile, right? You want to fix the overbite, you want to fix the gaps in your teeth. So all of that requires some diligence from your end too. I tend to think that I always thought that I'm very diligent and vigilant and those kind of things, but then you are human at the end of the day, and you tend to forget and those kind of things. So if you are on the fence about it, I would definitely recommend that you fall over the fence and you do get your aligners, because nothing should stop you from getting that perfect smile, the one that you've been desiring. And in terms of braces versus aligners, I would say aligners is the future for sure. Again, it depends on how complex your teeth structure is at the moment. But yes, I would definitely recommend that you do get ClearPath aligners, because they're just, there's just too many benefits over the metal braces that one otherwise gets. So for example, the fact that they're clear You can remove them, they're detachable, you can see your progress incrementally. So you know, those kind of benefits win over braces any day. So anyway, I hope this video or these bunch of videos, which I didn't really get time to, you know, properly edit, but then I was like, you know what, you guys probably want to see the real truth behind it, so I let it be. I've not really modified any of the footages. As you can see, it's pretty raw. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, so with that being said, good luck, and I do hope that you also one day get that perfect smile, the one that you deserve, and the one that you have been striving for. So with that, cheerio, goodbye, and khuda hafiz.